Let's talk about Majesco. That particular counter is in focus in today's trading session. If you look at the stock, it's up about 5% in trade, and on back of news that open offer by Aurum Platz IT Private to public shareholders of the company for the open offer is for acquisition of up to 74.43 lakh shares at a price of 77 rupees per share. And to talk more on this, we are joined by Majesco's Managing Director, Farid Kazani. Good morning, Mr. Kazani. Thank you for joining us on ET Now. Tell us more about the open offer and actually what has triggered the open offer.
Good morning, and thank you for having me on the show. I can speak on behalf of the founders of Majesco Limited, who have apparently given a tremendous value to the shareholders of Majesco Limited. And as part of that journey, after evaluating multiple options, the founders have decided to cede control to Aurum Ventures Group, which actually is a well-reputed organization that is proven its capability in the real estate development stage. And you all and shareholders would be very well aware that a significant part of our asset is the real estate in Mahape, and Aurum Ventures is actually a serious developer in that MMR region. So based on a decision that the founders have taken, this gives a tremendous exit value for shareholders based on the value creation that can happen going forward. However, as far as our earlier decision was to kind of consider distribution of money through dividend, but since there is an issue in terms of distributing that because of non-availability of free reserve, I think this is the best option that the founders and ultimately management has decided to offer to the shareholders. So overall, we think that this should benefit shareholders, and Aurum is the right fit party to kind of take on control of Majesco today.
Farid, Alex here, just wanted to, I think that my next question essentially ties into what you were saying about the initial plan, because I think a lot of questions being asked right now, investors wondering why that didn't take place. Can you take us through some of the details there? There was initially the plan, as I understand it, to monetize the real estate assets and then distribute. Why didn't that happen?
So, the real estate scenario is not that positive, and especially as the property that Majesco Limited owns is lying vacant. To be able to monetize that at the best and optimal value is going to be a long-drawn process. Knowing that as management, we do not have expertise at all in real estate management, okay, it was best to kind of get the right player who can actually be able to give the best value for the real estate that is there, which is roughly around 160,000 square feet in the Mahape region. As part of the process, the Aurum Ventures has acquired 14.78% of the promoter stake, which is the entire promoter stake in the company, and follows it up with an open offer of 26% at 77 rupees per share, which is significantly higher than the current market price. So overall, from a shareholder perspective, it's a good deal from being able to get the value within the company of the real estate that is lying there. It's a much better process. The other alternatives would have been going down a route which would have been either a capital reduction and subsequently monetizing the real estate and then going through a dissolution process, which would have been highly time-consuming for the company and also would have costed quite a bit. So I think this is a much better, quick, easy exit for shareholders who would like to exit at this point in
time. Mr. Farid, if there is a low acceptance, will the acquirer be willing to hike the open offer price, or do you think the 77 rupees per share is a fair value? No doubt it is at the premium of current market price.
No, I cannot speak on behalf of the acquirer at all, okay? I think if what has been released today in terms of a press or a notice to the exchange by the acquirer is a mandatory open offer of 26% based on the acquisition of 14.78% controlling stake of the founders. So the plans in terms of what are the other possible plans from the acquirer is not known to me at this point in time.
Okay, that's fair. You mentioned that the promoter group is selling its entire stake in the company. What does the shareholding pattern look post the deal?
So at this point in time, the promoters hold 14.78%, and the rest of the retail have the balance. Public shareholders have around 85%. Okay. Post this deal, Aurum will actually come in the shoes of the founders, and depending upon the acceptance ratio, okay, and whatever shares they get in the open offer, there will be obviously a change in the new promoter stake going forward.
Thank you for joining us on the show and giving us your quick take on the latest news flow that is coming on Aurum making an open offer for stake in the company. That was Mr. Farid Kazani, who is the Managing Director at Majesco.